Hello everyone, Wade from High Tech Legion here, and with over 1,500 videos uploaded, if you haven't seen it here, you may not have seen it anywhere. And we're taking a look at a product that you haven't typically seen High Tech Legion review, but this is the HP Officejet 8040 print, fax, scan, copy, and web service printer. So you have air print capability with this. You can print from your phone or your tablet as long as you have a device that's capable of sending directly to the printer. You also have faxing, like I said, scanning, and with that scanning you have Neat software. So the Neat software is a cloud-based service that allows you to scan your documents, scan your receipts and things like that, and it will actually organize them and digitize them. So if you're one of those people who ends up with papers all over your desk, lose your receipts whenever you need to send a product back for some reason, you can't find the receipt, this is definitely something to consider. You have a 1 terabyte hard drive built into the printer that it will store your documents on. That's going to store a lot of documents. You also have the ability to use the cloud service that Neat provides, 3 years included with the printer. One of the other cool things that they're offering here is Instant Ink. HP Instant Ink is a service that when your printer starts to run low, it'll automatically reorder your ink. Now the cool thing with that is for $2.99 you can print up to 50 pages a month, and that's your fee for your ink. So when you need ink, you're paying a flat rate basically for your ink per month. I looked at it and I figured out the calculation and everything like that. At $2.99 a month, the cost of the cartridges, if you replace them once, then that HP Instant Ink has paid for itself basically, and it hasn't cost you any more or any less. However, if you end up having to replace the cartridges more than that, then you're taken care of and you've saved a lot of money, up to half. They're saying up to half price or half the cost of the ink typically. They also have 2 other tiers of service for the HP Instant Ink. So if you print more documents than that, you can sign up for one of the higher tiers of services and still be able to take advantage of that savings. So this is a touch screen here, and you do have some your power button and wireless indication here, as well as your hard drive indication here and the AirPrint indication. You have a document feeder on here, so if you lift that up you can sort of see the mechanicals for that right in here. And we have the glass, of course, for scanning, and if we lift this up, right on the right side of it is a little silver tab. If we lift that up, we get to the inside of the printer. Now I'm going to show you this, get a little closer with the camera and show you this in a little bit. We also have our paper tray, which pulls out right from the bottom here. The top part where your paper is going to come out with the extension on it so that your papers don't fall off the tray. One thing when you first take this out of the box that you're going to want to do, find all the blue tape, take it off. Might be orange, sometimes they ship printers with orange tape, but take all the blue tape off because that's what holds it all together in shipping so that it doesn't get damaged. You can adjust the paper width here, so if you're printing something smaller, you have the top part here for 4x6 and 5x7s for your printing pictures and things like that. You got a second tray here, which is pretty cool. And then if you're printing longer than letter or A4, you just pop the front open here and you can extend, put legal paper in and things like that to print to. Anyways, let's get a closer look at this. I will show you how to install the cartridges into the printer and we'll move on from there. We can hit the Tor button here, or we can hit Continue Setup. What we're going to want to do here, so it's February 16th, it actually knows the date. I'm going to click OK, set the time on it. It's approximately 11:30. In the morning. Install the ink cartridges. So to install the cartridges, you're going to want to take them and put them like this. They are keyed, so they cannot go into the wrong slot. What you're going to end up doing is dropping the black cartridge in on the right side and pushing until it clips into place. Same thing with the color. We'll drop it in on the left side and push it until it drops into place. We'll close the cover, and the printer is going to check the ink cartridges. And we have paper in the printer already. I put a couple sheets in. Most likely what it's going to do is actually print a calibration sheet here for us. It recognizes that the cartridges are installed, so we can press OK. It wants paper. We already did do that. It has a little animation here on how to load paper. We'll press done, and it's going to prepare the printer by running through its diagnostics. I'm going to let it run through this, and then I will continue the tutorial once it's all set. Now that it's done with our printer calibration, it gives us a message that says that the calibration was successful, and we can press OK on this and continue to connect our printer. You've probably seen pages like this before if you've used DeskJet printers in the past. Of course, once you're done with this, you can recycle it because the printer's done everything it needed to do. We've got a bunch of different things here. We can connect the printer for wireless, for Ethernet, or using the USB, or we can use the printer control panel for the wireless. So I'm going to actually use the printer control panel since I want to set this up wirelessly. As far as setting it up for Ethernet, you just plug it in. USB, same thing. Install the driver on your computer and plug it in. So I'm going to connect it to my wireless network and enter my password. Once it's done with that, it'll be connected. You can see here that we've connected to our network successfully. Connection successful. You can print a report if you want to with that information, or just press OK. We can set up the web services or set up them later. I'm actually going to choose later here because I want to set up that through the web console on the computer just to make it a little bit easier. This is a message about printer updates. Well, you can set it to automatically download the updates or decline. I'm going to accept so it can download any firmware updates. And at this point, looks like we've completed the setup. So we have three options here. We have copy, scan, and neat. HP ePrint, that's for setting that up. We have the Wi-Fi Direct details, so if you're doing Wi-Fi Direct, you can change all those settings to be able to print from your phone or your devices. To use the neat feature, the hard drives, you need to activate the features. In the little wireless radio here, again, we can look at the details of our network or go into the settings. Again, the little gear there will bring you back into the settings. It is all touchscreen, as you can see, so that makes it a little bit easier. Fax status, so the telephone is for the fax machine, and you also can look at ink levels right on the front of the screen. That's definitely really cool, so you can know when you're running a little bit low on ink. Anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the printer, the back of it and everything. I'll show you the ports, and then we're going to set up some more of these features through the web console. So here we have the back of the printer actually, and right here you have the serial number of the printer as well as the part number. This is where the 1 terabyte hard drive is mounted on the back, and here you have an indicator light as well as the plug for the power supply, and one line, second line extension for the fax machine, a USB connection for the hard drive to plug into it, and also another USB connection for connecting this into the PC through the USB. This little yellow plug here fills in the Ethernet slot, so if you aren't using the wireless and you want to hardwire it into your router, you certainly can do that using the Ethernet plug. Here's the cool thing about the hard drive. It just plugs into a USB port, so you probably can use a different hard drive if you wanted to. But this also unplugs. So you can pop this open, pull the cable from the hard drive, take the hard drive with you if you wanted to, and use it on another machine if you were using the Neat software on other machines, or you wanted to put other documents on it. It is a micro USB connection here, so a micro USB cable can be used with it, or you can take the one from the printer. So that's pretty cool. This just drops in back into here then, and you connect up your cable and close the cover just to make it look nice, and it'll be connected back to the printer, and you'll be able to use it with the printer again. Definitely cool as far as that's concerned. And like I said, you got the document feeder, you got the fax, you got the scan, you have web services, you have AirPrint. There's so much that you can do with this printer. Definitely just want to show you real quick the accessories that you get with it. It all comes in this nice little welcome box in the printer. You open it up, and what you get is a telephone wire. So if you want to use the faxing, you have the telephone wire given to you. You do have the cartridges that we already installed. Those are going to be in this box. And then you have a little pack of 4x6 photo printer that they give you, as well as the installation CD and a quick reference guide for the printer itself. You also have the quick start guide for how to set up the printer, even though I already just showed you that in the video if you're watching this. And then you have a little pamphlet here on the Instant Ink program. So as I said, it's $2.99 a month for a 50-page plan, which means you can print up to 50 pages per month for $2.99. $4.99 a month for a 100-page plan, $9.99 a month for a 300-page plan. So really, one way to control your ink costs. As I said, $2.99 a month if you're a home user and you're only printing 50 pages a month. It's $36 a year. So typically, you replace your cartridges once, they're going to cost you that much. Replace them twice, you've saved money. And then, of course, if you are more of a small business oriented user, or even larger, then you can go with one of the higher plans and control your ink costs completely to a fixed cost per year. That's something that's personally really cool. I like, because you don't know when you're going to be printing a lot or when you're going to be printing a little, and this gives you a little bit more of that flexibility and not have to worry about, oh, I don't want to print that because I don't want to use up my ink right now. As long as you're under your page plan per month, you're good to go. So anyways, I hope this review was helpful to you. Definitely check out the full review at www.hightechlegion.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. Take care.